All right, today on Connor's Music at Home, we are talking about the lovely world of dynamics. Stay tuned. This is Webisode 3 coming your way. All right, so as was mentioned in the opening, we're talking today about dynamics. What are dynamics? Dynamics are the changes in volume or intensity through a piece of music. So as we're playing a song, a part of the song might start off real soft and gentle-like, and we'll start here, and then slowly build up louder till you get to that rockin' chorus that everybody can sing along with passionately, and then generally at the end we might just dip off a little bit to say goodbye. So that's just an example of how we can add dynamic into our music. So a lot of songs, and I would argue good songs, use really good examples of dynamics. And this could be in all the songs that you listen to. So one thing you should do is all your favorite music, take a moment, listen to it, and listen for when the volume or the intensity, and I don't just mean louder or softer, I mean in terms of aggressive or more laid back, right? So that could be achieved a number of ways. It's not necessarily just the volume wheel on the stereo is going louder and softer. It's also the intensity of the music. So that changes throughout. So listen to your favorite songs and try to make a little mental note of where your songs change their dynamics. So there are lots of terms for dynamics. In music we use to describe I'm going to give us 6 of these terms because they work on a grade from soft to loud. Actually, starting with very soft. So at the top we have what's known as pianissimo, or very quiet. It is marked in music by the 2 letters P, so PP. Secondly, we have piano, and piano is marked with just a single letter P, and it just means quiet. MP, mezzo piano, is moderately quiet, so kind of quiet. You know, like when someone tells you, hey, be quiet, and you're like, okay, I can be kind of quiet. Mezzo Forte means moderately loud, so strong, play it with, some gusto, but tame it back a bit. Forte, that means loud, play it like you mean it, grr. And then fortissimo, watch out, that's very loud. When the music says fortissimo, that is a time to erupt as loud as you can. Well, maybe not as loud as you can. Some people can be louder than others. But try to play it incredibly strong with a vivacious personality. Okay, so that's an example of 6 degrees of dynamics. Now, what we're going to play today for our activity, we're going to do an inside the house rainstorm. So what that means is we're going to start off at our softest dynamic, build it up, build it up, build it up, just like a big rainstorm coming through, and then we're going to slowly peter it off, back down. So, to begin, I have to go through what we're going to use for each of these dynamics, because we're going to use snaps and claps and hand gestures to get us through all of them. So step 1 is I'm going to do what's called a one-hand tap. I say it's called, I'm just making this up right now. So I call it a one-handed tap. You're going to have one hand lay flat, you're going to take your other hand and rock it in between. I'll do it this way here. Hand, thumb. It's very gentle, very soft. I'll bring it closer to the mic so you can hear it. And that's going to be our pianissimo. That's very quiet. Okay. You can hear it, but it's very soft. Then for piano, for our soft, we're going to do snaps. For mezzo piano, we're going to do claps, but the way we're going to do these claps is we're going to clap very fast into the palm of our hand. Nuh-uh, okay? But I don't want loud claps. I want moderately soft claps. Like think a golf clap. Oh, that was wonderful, yes. Great job. Okay, so you're gonna do a golf clap into the palm of your hand and really fast. Okay, as fast as you can. Then we're on to Mezzo Forte. Now we're getting into meaning business here. What I want you to do is I want you to take your two hands and slap your thighs. Okay, so you take your two hands, slap your thighs, slap your knees. I think the thighs are gonna be louder, and we want forte, we want strong. So slap those thighs like you mean it. Very good. Oh, that was Mezzo Forte. For Forte, I want you to stomp your feet. Now through my little microphone, it's probably sounding like an earthquake, so. Okay? Lastly, when we have to go fortissimo, when we have to go very loud, I want you to slap your thighs and stomp your feet at the same time. And then hold on for dear life. You have to make it like you're slapping your thighs and stomping your feet as if your life depended on it. Okay, very good. So, now all together. Now, I will point out, this activity works best in groups. So if you have the opportunity, get every family member in the house who's available, the ones who are free and not busy at the moment. Every person in the house who's available, and then get them all into the living room or wherever your TV is or wherever you can see this. Gather all around and run this as a group. It will sound best. You will have the best rainstorm in your house if you can do it in a large group. So I'm going to call it the dynamics, and I'm going to have you join in with me, okay? Are you ready? So this rainstorm is about to start. We're going to start off with, I'm going to call out pianissimo, very soft. Pianissimo. Great, we're going to go to piano. Ready? Piano. All right. Mezzo piano. Oh, we're getting there, okay? We're going to go mezzo forte. Mezzo forte. All right, get ready for forte. Stomp those feet. All right, fortissimo. The rainstorm is just pounding now. It's just dousing us in rain. Awesome. We're gonna go back to forte. Just stomp your feet. All right, now just slap your thighs. Mezzo forte. Now just clap your hands. Mezzo piano. Now we're gonna go back to piano. Snaps. One-handed taps. Slow it down. Slow it down. And done. That is a rainstorm in your living room. Thanks for joining along. Now you can replay this and try all those activities again when you have the biggest group possible in your living room. Or the other thing you can do is maybe designate somebody in your family to call out those different dynamics. So that way, one person can call out as you build your storm up and drop it off. Try making a quick rainstorm, maybe a longer rainstorm. Have some fun with it. Maybe lots of thunder. Whoa, not too much thunder. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining in for our dynamics exercise, and hopefully you brought an umbrella for the rainstorm in your living room. What is the most musical part of the body? The nose. You can blow it and pick it. Wah, wah. All right, so those of you who have been wondering what our lovely theme song is that we whistle at the start of every one of these webisodes, it's the song Camptown Races, an old minstrel song from written in the 1850s. So it goes back a little ways. I thought it'd be fun to do it on the ukulele today, and I'll make sure to put a little whistle section in the middle so everybody can join in. Well, I came down with my hat caved in, doo-dah, doo-dah. Oh, I'll go home with a load of tin, oh, da-doo-dah day. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on the bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. Well, the Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dah, doo-dah. Oh, the Camptown racetrack's 5 miles long, oh, da-doo-dah day. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on the bobtail nag, somebody bet on the bay. Get ready, whistle along. trying to run all day. I'll bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. Camptown races done on the ukulele. All right, so the last few episodes we've been doing a creative drawing exercise to help us practice drawing note values. Today we're going to do a writing exercise of a different sort. So now we're actually going to be playing with words. Now, notes that we read in music, as we've talked about in the past episodes, work on this 5-line staff, and each of the lines represents a letter of the alphabet. Now we have only the letters of the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Hashtag there is no H note. So in the meantime, knowing that we can build notes out of those, we can actually build words. So what I've done, I've got an example in front of me here of a quick 5-line staff in treble clef with 4 notes. Now the word I've picked is a little eccentric because I'm a little eccentric and I like to pick fun ones. So what I'm going to do is each note that is in here, I'm going to figure out what that note is, and then underneath of it, write what the letter is of that note. So in the case here, remember the rhymes that we used to get through our treble clef staff? All the lines are every good boy deserves fudge, or every girl badly deserves fudge. And the spaces are F, A, C, E. So if we look at this note that's a space, F, A, C, E. So the first note is an E note. Ta-da! The next one is on a line. It's on the second line. We're going to go from the bottom up. Every good boy deserves fudge. Every good. So that's a G. The next one is a space, and the spaces spell face, starting on the bottom line, F-A. So it's the letter A. And then we've got a line all the way up here for our last letter. Every good boy deserves. So that's a D. Spelling the word egad. What does egad mean? Egad is an exclamation of surprise. So we've been talking a lot about dynamics today. So generally egad is something that you would say with a lot of dynamic, with a lot of expression. You might go, egad! I never knew all these wonderful things I'm learning. Gadzooks. Crazy. So what I have here is I have 4 activities that are written out that you are to do at home. I'm going to bring a little bit of a zoom in close up on each of them. Just remember that as you're doing it, you have to be mindful of the notes and how it spells, and write out the letters and find what word it is. Now that's for the first 4. Activities 5 and 6, a little bit different because you have to actually make your own words using the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And you have to put them on the staff correctly in the correct order to spell those words. It's kind of like a secret code only for musicians. So keep that in mind. We're going to try these different activities. I'm going to have us go through them. Activity 1, watch for the notes. You've got 3 of them to worry about. Activity 2, you've got 4 letters to worry about. Note that you have a line, a space, and then a line. Activity 3, line, space, space, line. I've drawn these as whole notes, or half notes, sorry. Half notes. I've drawn these as half notes, that way you can see where the line is through the center of it to make it really clear. For activity 4, we have a space, a line, a space, a line, and a line. Activity 5 and 6, I'm going to leave to your own devices, so that's up to you to figure out. So thanks so much. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's words that they've done. Happy spelling and happy writing out music. Okay, thanks so much. What kind of music do bunnies like? Hip-hop. Wah, wah. All right, everybody, that's another webisode of Connor's Music at Home. Make sure to be extra dynamic this week as you practice all the different levels of intensity that you can do, whether it's loud or soft. And also remember, we can write in our musician's secret code, otherwise known as staff, and get a little time playing and singing. And don't forget to keep practicing. I'm Joe Connors, and thanks for watching.